Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com. I am a self-proclaimed Seiko fan. As you know, own like half a drawer full of them, sell them in the store. They spawned the whole Islander lineup. Always appreciate what they did. Today I'm going to show you a bunch of Seikos, but I want to show you two in particular that are based off of the 50 Fathoms. Now, as you guys know, Seiko has been kind of reinvigorating the past. Over the last several years, they've been reaching back decades and pulling out watches and kind of redoing them, re-upping them. But this one, oof, I feel like they just didn't put enough into it. Seems like an easy cash grab, if you will. I don't know if that's the right term. And I literally just found out right before I went to go film this that there is a Seiko that's being discontinued. That was a hot one. It's a limited run. I'm going to show it sometime in the middle of this video. You're going to have to figure out when it is. To keep you interested, for my own wrist check, a Damasco D-Sub 50. And on my other wrist, speaking of Islander, it's an Islander green port, but no Seiko parts in this one. Runs on a Miyota 8205 movement. Let's see these Seikos. Okay, so this is the original Snzh55, the 50 Fathoms, because obviously it looks like the Blancpain 50 Fathoms watch. This watch came in 4 versions: Snzh51, which is the beautiful white dial. You don't see that much anymore. Even when it was out, you never saw it. The 53, which is a blue dial, the 55, black dial, and the 57, which is the black and the gold. As far as Seiko USA is concerned, they redid this watch in 2 varieties, the blue dial and the black and gold. Not sure why they didn't make an all black, but the watch is right around 42 mils. And you'll see, let me bring up what they've done. So this is the new version. You can see, obviously, it's got the new branding. They dropped some of the text on, I'll get them up next to each other. They dropped some of the text on the dial, but maybe more than anything, they moved the crown to 4 and have crown guards. What is this? Well, this is nothing more than another 5KX watch. It's a 42.5 millimeter watch, so it's just a hair bigger than this, by 14.2 thick to the crystal. Actually, I think this had maybe more of a bulbous crystal, but they're both curved. But my point is that there really was no ingenuity here. It's almost, I hate to say it, I don't usually say it, it's like an Aliexpress kind of just build. Like, hey, give me a Seiko, give me a 5KX case, give me a dial that looks like this, and the bezel, I'm going to slap it together. And that's pretty much what they did. In the past, their re-releases, if you will, like the field watch, the 36 millimeter field watch, there's a redesign going on. The dial is different. The 5KX itself, hey, different than the SKX. Different colors, different styles, different hands, etc. This is the first, forget all their SPB reiterations, 62 MOS and stuff. They're all reimaginations. There's no reimagining going on here. It's really just cash grab. I hate to say it, part swap, cash grab, or whatever. You know, I want to jump in here for just a second. Believe me, the irony is not lost on me. I was thinking like, well, if Islander was going to make a rip of the Snzh55, this is precisely what I would have done. So I guess it's just Seiko doing their own version of Seiko. So that's kind of all I have to say negative about the company. If you did not know that watch existed, though, you may think this is a really, really nice watch. And it is. There's nothing wrong with it. It's beautiful. Look at the glitz to it. This is the other one, the blue dial. I'll show them both next to each other. It's a beautiful deep blue. Never mind the day being, well, it's Spanish and English because it's Seiko USA. Never mind it being blue. That's what they do for Saturday. Sharp-looking watch, but nowhere near what it was. So what is it then? It's running on a 4R36. The old one ran on the 7S26, obviously. So it hand winds, hacks 40 hours. Push-pull crown, just like the other one was. Change the time, it hacks. Change the day and the date at the 3 o'clock position. So now it's 5KX fair. It's 42.5 mils in diameter. See the dome of the crystal right there? It is 14.2 thick to that dome of the crystal, and it is 46 on the lug to lug. We have the exhibition case back like all the 5KXs do. And we have a 22 millimeter bracelet. It's a decent looking bracelet with a flip lock clasp, 4 positions of micro. So speaking of bracelets, and this is probably sized with pins, it is pins, push pins. We just released our BRAC 92 and BRAC 93, which fit all 5KX dive watches. So you can pop that on here. If you do love this watch, we have 2 different styles. You can check them out. Let's see, the weight's 168 grams. The water resistance did not change. It is 100 meters, just like the 5KX. So model numbers here are SRPK 97 and 99. This black and gold one is indeed the 99, and this is the 97. There it is. You can see the list price, as I like to say, the list price, not the street price. The list price currently is $385. These were just released. It retains the beautiful bezel, right? Almost like a, I guess it's probably hardlex, not sapphire, right? It's almost like a glass top bezel. 120 click unidirectional ratcheting. The Lume is going to be awesome because it is a Lume bright. It's a nice looking watch. What did the, this is going to be from memory. So I was selling these roughly 10 years ago, 8 years ago or so. And let's see if I can actually pull a serial number off of this. 6.5. This is a 2016 model, so 8 years ago. I want to say these were selling for high 1s, low 2s on the price. So $385, throwing 8 years of inflation, knockout gray market pricing. It's still in line for what it should be. I know you'll hem and haw over it. And I'm actually going to do a video on Seiko pricing. It's jotting down notes and stuff and to kind of say what's going on if I can. Let's move on to, and thanks for sticking around. This is the watch that's being discontinued. It is that, I'll throw a picture of the watch. This is the cream dial or tan dial limited run SRPK 41. I don't know, what is it, 1,000 units or whatever it might be. I was just told that that run is done. I do have, as of filming, some of them sitting on the shelf. I imagine they will not last long at this point. So perhaps less interesting to the bulk of the watchers, but still news nonetheless, are these 2 new Presage models that just came out. They are again done in the, I think they call it style 60s, but I really want to call it 60s style, with the non-rotating bezel that looks like it should rotate. That's kind of always bothered me. But here we go. So blue dial and like a blacky charcoal dial, if you will, SRPL 07 and 09. Your suggested retails. Actually, Presage doesn't go on sale, so $575 for either. Still a nice looking watch though, if you can get that coloring right. It's 39.5 millimeters. Beautiful size. 12 thick to a box hardlex. You can see that that's hardlex, but the box crystal comes up really sharp at the end. 46.2 on your lug tip to lug tip. Exhibition case back. So made in Japan, Presage. So it's a 4R35 movement with 23 jewels. 20 millimeter bracelet with just a two button and 2 position micro clasp. Nothing really fancy going on there. Is it pins and collars? Probably. Yeah, it certainly looks like most. I think all Presages are pins and collars. 129 grams on the bracelet. Hand winds, hacks. 40 hours of power reserve. 50 meters of water resistance. Something I do dig about this watch is the date. So the date is between the 4 and the 5, which is cool. We know that. But I like how they did it. The date stands nice and vertical. Isn't that cool? So they've printed custom date wheels for these. I think it's pretty nice, right? It's a nice little added feature. Let's see, $575 I said. I don't know, I called this black charcoal maybe. I don't know, maybe it's got some brown hues to it. But here's the other one. This is the SRPL 09. Let's do a Lume, a wrist, and let's go home. Start things off with the Presage Lume Bright. Obviously, very easy to read the time, but we do not have a registration mark at 12, so it's kind of tough to figure out where 12 o'clock is. Interesting, the SNZH, the older model, is in my left hand. The new model is in my right hand. Definitely a slightly different Lume quality to it. Seiko Lume Bright, very easy to read the time in the dark. Let me move the hand out of the way so you can see it was being covered when I hit it with the UV, but there is a 12 o'clock registration line at the top. So it is a 5KX, so we know how it's going to fit. It fits me fine. Beautiful watch, absolutely nothing wrong with it, but just knowing where it comes from, I guess that's what leads to all the problems that I kind of have with it. Its lineage and what it stands for, I guess. So here is that 39.5 millimeter Presage on my wrist, 6.5, 6.75, as I've said. Looks great, perfect size, a great size actually. Wonderful, looks nice. Looks really, really nice if you're into this kind of style. So that's gonna wrap it up for us today. This has been Mark from longislandwatch.com showing you the Seiko 50 Fathoms remake. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Questions, comments, your input, put it down below. Be sure to address it as soon as I can. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.